In the time before the Titans, before the gods of Olympus, a great battle was waged.
Hello there, Seraphim17 once again. This is my God of War Ascension Titan difficulty video walkthrough. This is the Martyr's chamber with no "the", I just add it out of instinct for some strange reason. And this is an interesting puzzle. It's pretty simple when you know what you're doing. Pretty cheeky as well, because you've definitely got to explore each piece of apparatus and you know, kind of go through with it before it shows you the full extent to the puzzle. But I do think these moments are good at what they do, because they space out the combat, they space out the platforming, and if done correctly, the game can be paced in such a way that you forget that you're doing the same actions, and that is the sign of good game design. And that is something God of Wars have always done very well. I wish I could say the same about Ninja Gaiden 3, but apparently their design document had Dynasty Warriors fuck yeah and nothing else on it, because every single fight in that game has 50 dudes and you run forward to fight 50 more, and it's just not very fun. Unlike this, which is beautiful, fun and well designed. And this is me trying to press a button to let go of the dude, and I was pressing the wrong one. So now that we've trapped him, we can then go through that opening, activate the elevator, and it's going to play its little trick on us. And its little trick is the body rips and the gate goes downwards, and we need a corpse to drop on a certain plate. So you jump across here, down it goes, there's the inevitable betrayal of the otherwise sturdy corpse. And you're thinking, well, that's not very good. But not to worry, because over here is a body, and we're going to use him. So you don't have to pick him up immediately. You want to heal the guy on the rack first, so that he joins his arms back to his body. So heal him. And as cool as this is, it takes too bloody long. It's just not intuitive at all. I'm not a fan of that. Really not. But now he's healed, take the body with you. And as soon as you get out at the top, you're going to be dropping this body off the balcony onto the plate, and the puzzle is effectively done. And what's going to happen is we're going to be moving towards the area where the flashback happened, and I believe we fight the Fury. That might be coming up on the next section, but we're definitely getting close to fighting those ladies. And don't worry, they're not difficult, but some of them are quite demanding. And what I mean by that is you need to watch two things at the same time, and it can be kind of awkward, and it's challenging. But I think the most challenging aspect is that some of the checkpoints are not the kindest. And you know, that brings me back to the Trial of Archimedes discussion. Badly placed checkpoints, or no checkpoints at all, are not difficulty. They're creating an unnecessary situation where skill is required because it's literally an endurance run. It turns it into a survival. And I think that's where a lot of people's frustration comes from. Because I would prefer, you know, 50 of the worst enemies at the game, all at the same time. As long as there's a checkpoint before them, and there's a checkpoint after any cutscene unskippable bullshit. Because games do not implement checkpoints correctly. They don't. Whoever's designing them is designing them from a perspective of someone who has never struggled on a hardest difficulty. And to me, that is insanity. You know, that's like a mathematician not being able to count. It's just stupid. And speaking of stupid, this is a siren. And the sirens, God, they're a nightmare. And this one's backed up by these little dudes. So what you want to do is you want to spam, and you want to freeze her if you can to stop her from doing the lightning beneath you, which is the gayest move on the game. And I'm using gay as a synonym of something negative. It's got absolutely no homophobic undertones. It's just part of an expression that I use. Just so people can be clear, because I said something in my Ninja Gaiden Razor's Edge demo playthrough about how I don't like playing as female characters, and I think I pissed a girl off, as if I'm some kind of misogynist who doesn't like women, and it's just not the case. I just hate it when female characters are ham-fisted into games for the sake of forcing you to play as them. I don't like that at all. And if it's a game whose main character is female, I have no problem with that, because the character is female. It's when I want to play as Ryu, and I'm forced to play as Rachel, you know? And if I'm ever given a choice, I will always pick a male character, because I relate to a male character. I'm not female. It's that simple, you know what I mean? And some people can't understand this. Some people just want to turn it into this kind of anti-feminist fucking ridiculousness. You know? Maybe they just think I hate women. But here's another Gorgon, and because she's on her own and we've done the Trial of Archimedes, this shit is cake. Like, if you get comfortable at fighting these things, half the trial is done. You know, the other half is the sirens, and you're going to spam your magic on those guys anyway. Spam magic and clone. So, really simple. I just wish that was more effective. Like, you know, if you have the skill to get the stun, which is a parry, and do the freeze, it should take one hit to shatter them. Like, I froze the sirens when I was doing the Trial of the Archimedes, and I hit them like 4 times, and they didn't shatter, and I don't think the game would be that charitable if I was frozen. So, it's just a bit bitchy like that, a bit hypocritical. But I tell you what I haven't tried. When they're doing the Gorgons stare at you, I haven't tried grabbing them to see if you can throw them. Because I do know that certain enemies leave themselves vulnerable to grabs during certain attacks. I've just not experimented too much. Like, I wonder if there's a way to counter it, because I tried parrying like in the previous games and it just didn't seem to work. And I'm thinking now, did I try pressing X? Because the parry system's different. Maybe I was just trying to do the old parry scheme of pressing the block button. And I'm kind of second guessing myself, but, you know, never mind. It's already recorded now. There's nothing I can do about that if that's possible. And it's the first thing I'm going to check now when I get off of doing these commentaries. That is so vicious. I love it how he just scours half a boob for no reason. He's like, ah, take that face. Take that half a boob. So mean. And this is a relatively calm Kratos, and he's still been mean to things. But there's the chest, just in case you had a poor performance. And here's... oh, this is so strange, this mechanic. Like, why? Who thinks this is good? Because it's just a derivative of the pushing the block thing. Is it necessary? I don't know. I don't see what that adds at all, except for an opportunity to load, because this game occasionally does do mid-level loads, especially if you do the roll trick and you get to an area faster than you're probably supposed to be. The game can't handle it, and it has to you know, kind of get back on top, which I find hilarious. But here is the Fury. The ever so controversial Fury, which is just madness, because even when he's stamping on her face, she's laughing. You know, it couldn't be more comical, it couldn't be more over the top and just completely non-serious. And I know a lot of people are offended over the slur itself of the trophy, but it's just a joke, man. It's just like drawing Muhammad. Oh, hang on a second.